She hadn't been spoken to in weeks, not as a person. Shackled in a rusted corner of a decommissioned slave station, the alien girl barely flinched when footsteps echoed near her cell. Her body bore the cruel brand of ownership, her spirit worn thin by silence and survival. But when the human knelt beside her, not with orders, but a trembling hand brushing against the scar on her shoulder, her breath caught. He didn't see a commodity. He saw her. And for the first time, someone spoke not to her pain, but past it. She sat in shadow, knees drawn to her chest, back against the cold metal wall. Her chains barely rattled anymore. She'd stopped moving much. The once lustrous hue of her skin had dulled with grime and malnutrition, and the brand on her shoulder, a raised sigil etched in cruel precision, still throbbed when the station's flickering lights buzzed too loud. Her name had been stripped from her when she was brought here. No one used it. No one asked. The old slave depot had been abandoned after the war ended, but not cleared. Forgotten things were still left behind. Things like her. She didn't remember how long it had been. Time twisted strangely in dark, silent places. Her rations had stopped weeks ago. No guards came anymore. The only company was the buzzing light, the freezing pipe overhead, and the memories that wouldn't die. Then came the sound. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate. Not armored like slavers, softer, more cautious. She didn't lift her head. Slavers liked when you showed interest. Better to be silent. Safer to be invisible. But the footsteps stopped just outside her cell. A metallic clink, not keys. A tool. She dared a glance through the slats of her tangled hair. He wasn't a slaver. Human, yes. But he wore a long brown coat layered against the cold, not a uniform. He looked tired, rugged jaw, eyes sunken from travel or war, a pack slung over one shoulder and a plasma cutter in hand. He knelt by the door's locking mechanism. Sparks danced. Then the seal hissed open. She flinched. "I'm not here to hurt you," he said, voice low. Measured. Gentle in a way that made her chest tighten. He stepped in slowly, hands visible. No weapon drawn. Just the look, not pity but quiet understanding. He saw the chains on her ankles. The bruises. The branded mark on her shoulder. "I thought the station was empty," he said. "I was wrong." Still, she didn't speak. Her throat hurt from disuse. He crouched beside her, lowering himself to eye level. He didn't try to touch her. Just looked, not at her body but into her. "Do you want to leave?" She stared at him, disbelieving. Her lips parted, a dry rasp escaping. "Why?" He hesitated. "Because no one should be left like this." Her breath caught. The world spun slightly. "This had to be a trick. I brought food. Water." He carefully opened his pack and laid a wrapped meal near her knees. "No cost. You don't owe me anything." She blinked slowly. Her eyes burned. Still, she didn't move. He sat down fully, legs crossed, like he meant to wait. "What's your name?" She shook her head, barely. "Gone." "No," he said quietly. "They tried to take it. That's not the same." He said nothing for a while, letting silence speak without threat. Finally, she reached for the food, trembling fingers fumbling to unwrap it. She devoured it without shame. He looked away, giving her privacy in that fragile dignity. When she finished, she leaned back, the smallest weight off her chest. "You're not with them?" "No." "Then what do you want?" He looked at her again, this time, gaze fixed on the scar on her shoulder. "To help." That word. It sounded foreign. He reached into his pack again, this time producing a small medgel canister and bandages. "Can I clean your wounds?" She nodded, stiff, uncertain. He moved slowly. As his hand reached her shoulder, brushing just over the scar's edge, she flinched, not from pain, but from the unfamiliar warmth of contact not driven by violence. "You're free now," he said. The words shattered something inside her. She choked on a sob. Her hand flew to her mouth, as if to stop it, but it was too late. Her body shook. Tears carved trails through dirt on her cheeks. He didn't rush her. He didn't speak again until her sobs softened. "Will you come with me?" he asked. "I don't have much, but there's room on my ship. A bed. Warmth." She whispered, "What's it called?" "My ship." He smiled faintly. "Second chance." A laugh, small, broken, slipped from her. It hurt, but it was real. He stood and offered a hand. Her eyes locked on it, calloused, scarred, but open. Trust didn't come easy. It shouldn't. But something in her moved. She reached up and took it. The chains clattered away as he unlocked them. She stood on shaking legs. He wrapped a thermal blanket around her shoulders. It was soft, clean. It smelled like dust, oil, and freedom. Together, They walked out of the ruined cell. She didn't look back. Later, in the ship's soft-lit corridor, he showed her to the crew quarters. Not a cell. Not a cage. She sat on the bed, eyes wide. Her hands smoothed over the sheets, as if not believing they were real. He paused in the doorway. "If you ever remember your name," he said, "I'll call you by it." She looked up. Her eyes gleamed in the light. And for the first time in years, she whispered, "I want to remember."